So locally owned businesses have advantages for our economy in a few ways. They're better for our economy in a couple of ways. Um, the first is that local businesses buy more often from other local businesses. So what that means is you have local providers, whether they're professionals or wholesalers or producers, manufacturers of a product or service, that are then able to have local relationships with retailers and restaurants and other service providers. And when you have those connections where people are buying from one another in a community many times over, that creates what is called a local multiplier effect. The more times that money is circulated between people inside of a community, the healthier the economy is, instead of having that money spent once and then leave the community again. It takes so much more for us to import money, for us to import jobs, for us to import new business into our own community than it does to actually nurture those things inside of our own community with our own neighbors. So that's one of the primary reasons, is because of that economic impact of buying and selling with each other over and over and over again. The other thing is that locally owned businesses they're owned by our neighbors. And there's a few reasons why that's so important. One is that if you have a publicly traded company that's national or multinational, their primary responsibility is to return a profit to their shareholders. And a lot of their shareholders, they may have hundreds or thousands of shareholders who may have no relationship to that company. A lot of people own stock in companies and they don't even know it because it's through their 401k plan or through their mutual fund or through their pension plan that's managed by their employer. So there's no way of knowing whether that company is being responsible to the people that work for them or the communities inside of which they're doing business. There's some effort, obviously, for more socially responsible businesses, but it becomes really challenging to track that and to know who that business is and whether or not they're a good citizen for a community. So locally owned businesses are different because the owners live here too. So it's more possible for us to hold those business owners accountable for the decisions that they make and how they impact our people and our resources. But it's also possible to reward and support those businesses who are making good choices. And that's something that, as people are learning more about the impact that our choices have on our community, that those things really do matter. Where we spend money really does matter. How we process goods really does matter. How we grow our food really does matter on a variety of levels. So knowing that, people are now wanting to find those businesses and organizations that are not only producing products that are more aligned with their values, but are also doing business in a way that supports what they think is important.